me doing this show, I started to like research, the real Chitlin circuit, right? Mm-hmm. Because we had our version of the Chitlin circuit. Yeah. It was called Underground, right? or Backpack, right?
Yeah.
And we used to go to do these shows. But when I started to investigate the comedic world, I started to realize that it was a lot less comedians that made it. Like, meaning, like, there was people that was on a bill with somebody that was getting $5,000 and somebody was getting $100, or like something like that. And I had never seen.
That's me.
Get the fuck out of here. But I'm talking about like when you first started, like, because what I'm saying is, like, if you get a little buzz in hip hop, like a bare minimum figure, you're getting like 25 to like 3K.
Yeah.
Like,
you get one big hit, you can eat off of that the rest of your life.
Yes,
right?
that's correct. That's
potentially.
correct.
Potentially. I'm saying like
what kind
one
of a
big
situation.
banger, then that's it. Like, you can just
when I looked at comedians and I looked at like somebody like maybe I would know from Staten Island and no one else knows, but he's from Staten Island and he's funny white guy, and I'm like, I like him. And then I'm like, hey, you can book him for fucking $175. He's like, what? And like, so that part was like mind blowing to me.
Yeah, bro. My first gig, I think I made $25. Like,
get out of here.
Yeah, $25. You were touring. You would do these one-nighters. You had the Chitlin circuit, like you said, for yourselves. My circuit was throughout the South. So it was me, my Toyota Camry, and just driving to one-nighter after one-nighter. You just go 7 hours this way. Before we used to make fun of this booker. Like, this motherfucker, do you have a map? Goddamn, bro, I gotta go up to Oklahoma. I gotta come back to Temple, Texas. I gotta go back to Oklahoma. I'm like, who the fuck is booking this? It was just really, one time he called me, he was like, listen, I got you a middle of Odessa on Friday. I got you a gig on Saturday in Muncie. I was like, where the fuck is Muncie? And then I looked it up. I was like, Muncie, Indiana. I was like, bro, I have to get off stage an hour before I go on to make it in time to Muncie, Indiana. It's a 24-hour drive. It's like, it's just absurd. But it was like $100 a gig that you can make. And if you come back with something, you are happy. But it's about like developing your art form, not really about the money. It's about the long term.
It's like a forever promo run, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Like for artists, that's a promo run. Going on the road for free. You should go out there.
You said promo. I got goosebumps.
Yeah, you just got
like that, right? You don't like that,
you just got to develop your material, develop yourself as an artist, as a comedian, as as
it's
stand-up.
slow
and
too,
you figure out yourself. It's very, very slow. I mean, when I walked into the comedy showcase when I was like 17 years old, my mentor, Danny Martinez, he looked at me, he saw me go up on stage, and he was like, he took me aside, he took me outside actually, and he goes, listen, I've mentored a lot of comedians. They've gone on to have very successful careers. And he mapped out my entire life.
Wow.
And like, he told me every step of what my life is going to look like. And he told me I was going to have my own TV show. He told me I'm going to have this. I'm going to have specials. I'm going to do movies. He told me my whole life. He says, but it's going to take you 20 years. And if you're in, great. I want, you'll be my last student and you have to listen to everything I say. If you don't waste my fucking time. Are you in? I was like, hell yeah, I'm in. It was the same mentor to Ralphie May, who, was a great comedian from Houston, and T-Sean Shannon, who wrote for SNL for many years, and many, many other comedians who ended up having their own specials and have their own success at their own levels, So I was like, as a 17-year-old kid that had no real guidance.
At 17?
Yeah, I was 17, yeah.
Wow.
I started when I was 14 in high school doing stand-up in like my classes. After my dad died, I just like stopped. I skipped school. I was living like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I would wear like fake Rolexes to school and sell them hoes.
Was that like a thoughtful law to do comedy back then?
Nah, it's not a thoughtful law. It was just more of an unknown, Nobody really knew. Nobody knew stand-up, like especially in my family. My mom didn't understand it. I come from a very educated family and background, so it was weird for me not to go to college, like bypass going to college and do stand-up comedy. She was just concerned for my future, just like any parent would be, Yeah.
But I was telling somebody the other day, like, it takes a long time to get good at stand-up. Because look, even as a DJ, right? If you have a shit gig in a bar, you get 3 hours.
Right.
And you practicing for 3 hours, right? Like maybe there's 10 people in there and you like, you rock it for 3 hours. You practicing as much as you can. Stand up you get 10 or 15 minutes.
And it might be a dude in there telling you to suck his dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like, you gotta get
really
good at something.
It's really clickish.
Where you only get 10, I mean, bro, 10, 15 minutes means you have a good set. Open mics is 4 minutes. Maybe somebody lets you open up for 5 minutes. Like when I was on the radio in New York and all these comedians would come do Caroline's, I'd be like, yo, can I open up? 5 minutes before the show starts, before the host.
And that 5 minutes is taken as their 5 minutes, or that 5 minutes is like
No,
in the
they
air?
have a certain amount of open.
Like,
Right?
so look, if he has 30 minutes and you say to him, "Can I get 5 minutes?"
No.
He doesn't get 30 minutes.
There's a
no
lot
more?
of time before that.
It depends. It depends. But usually there's a lot of time for whatever. And whoever's opening, you just give them whatever time. But yeah, unless because sometimes there's back-to-back shows on weekends. Most of the time it is back-to-back shows. So therefore, the first show is affected by the second show. So you gotta. Sometimes there's some adjustments. You might take away from the first show, but the second show you can go long.
So who's been a dickhead to you when you asked us to open up?
Who's been a dickhead to me when I had to open up? I mean, there was some headline, I don't remember their names, but it was just like, why are you doing this material in front of me? Or don't do that because I touch upon this. I'm like, bro, I don't even know who you are, what stand-up you do. Like, I'm just doing my thing. So I was raised in stand-up as like, yo, if somebody does a joke that touches upon yours, in some way, you have to be able to pivot and move, and that's what makes you a great comedian. So I never do that to anybody who opens up for me or anany who works with me or anything like that. I never, rarely ever
check them and say, yo, close to mine.
Ever. Yeah, not even like joke to close to mine. Is more like the subject matter where it becomes repetitive. It's very, very rare that I've ever even said anything like that. It's usually the circumstances there. But they do that frequently. People do that frequently. And I would say when I first started, because I was so young, and I was so like, just like full of energy. I'm 17, I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm very, very, very expressive and all this stuff. So there's just like this shit that exists in like stand-up where they're like cliquish or you're not like this or you're not like that. I'm like, bro, I'm 17. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you have to mature and grow and figure it out for yourself and see where you're going to end up. So I didn't like that shit. That's why I really I focused on what was important, which is getting stage time, getting on the road and getting better and staying focused and making sure that all the other stuff was just noise. I noticed that everyone was just trying to emulate who they love most. And we all do to a certain degree. But the thing, the gap for me was I've only been in the country 8 years. Right. So people walk up to me and be like, oh, you sound like Sam Kinison. I'm like, who's Sam Kinison? Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I didn't know. 8 years?
When I was doing stand-up,
Okay.
8 years. I came when I was 9 years old. I started when I was 14 in high school. The only person that I knew was those famous ones who had television shows.
Right.
And then by the time I was, 17, I didn't know who Bill Hicks was.
So that energy you had, there's cable energy.
Imagine telling your mom, like, who's just like making X amount of dollars, we need cable. Like, get the fuck out of my face. Cable, we're trying to eat, trying to make sure the rent is paid. So I had no knowledge of previous comedians that existed before me, and then there was a comedian that came up to me at open mic. He's like there's all these interesting characters on mic. He does real estate, but he shows up every Monday to this fucking open mic. And he's the one who gave me all these VHS tapes of all these amazing comedians that have had specials. And that's when I started really understanding my own art form, I was like, oh, and even Eddie Murphy. I didn't know Eddie Murphy did stand-up. I knew him from the movies because he only did 2 specials. I didn't know that was in the 80s. I came in 1991. So I had no idea. I had no, that's Eddie Murphy joke. Who's Eddie? What? Oh yeah, of course. I know Eddie Murphy, but I didn't know he did stand-up. It was like that.
Raw too. Raw and delirious.
Yeah, of course. I know that.
Both of his standards are raw and delirious.
Yes.
Quote unquote.
No, incredible.